Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is Director Kimo. Hope you are doing really good. Today I'm very excited. Oh God, one of my biggest dream. I was praying. When I talk about praying, I was praying to God, let me finish this job that I have on desk. I got a lot of projects that I'm telling you. I need a little bit of space of time for me to do this kind of tutorial. And what happened? God did. You need to thank God for everything that is done to you. Alright, today in this video I want to show you how exactly I did this music video. Coral Grady is one of my biggest music video that I ever done, and it's very, oh my God. Let me not talk too much. Let's play the video first. I want you guys to watch the video, and then we're back in here discuss about this thing, how exactly I did it from start to finish. I'm gonna show you how I did the whole process and export the video. Let's jump into it. Damn. did you see what happened there? Anyway, all right, so in this tutorial we're going to talk about how I just create this look music video. It was shot with a very small camera. You can never imagine. People sometimes think maybe it's a RAID or it's a big camera like Ari, but honestly it's none of that. This was shot with the Sony camera. Trust me, it been shot with the Sony camera. All right, so without me wasting time, let's go there, what the progression was, what the process, what everything that's happened, the secrets, because this is the main project. It's not like the project that I did after. It's the main project that I exported and I give it to this client, and he love it. The artist love it. The one of our great young lady artist from Tanzania is doing great and is singing well, perfectly. I'm gonna drop a link down in the description so you can see the song. And the producer was this guy B-Boy, and director was Herman. So they did a great job. I like the way the producers touched everything. So it's like, okay, Kim, I want something very holistic, and yeah. So I was like, okay, this is easy for me. It's an easy job, so don't worry about it. Now let's go there. As I told you to this was shot with the S-Log. This was shot on Sony camera. So we're going to bypass and everything, and I'm going to show you the process that I've done. This is the main project, the clips and everything. Yeah, it's a visual videos, but it's a nice project. So I'm going to bypass everything, and I'm going to show you some techniques that I've done in here. All right, one thing that I want to tell you guys, this video it never shot with the S-Log. When I talk about S-Log, is a log profile. The video was shot with the standard profile, which is the Rec 79. The reason why he did so, because it was a little bit late, and he really wanted something very clean and controlling perfect ISO. That's why director decides to shoot on standard formats. He decided to shoot on Rec 79 instead of shooting on log. You see, this one is a Rec 79, but what it does is just reduce a little bit of a saturation and contrast, just a tiny bit, but it's a standard format. So the reason why I'm telling you this, because when you get the footage like this, don't be confused like, wow, why director shoots it like this? Me, I want S-Log. No, It's not necessary for you to shoot S log if it's it pushing you into that, because sometimes when you shoot S log, especially Sony camera, it produces a lot of noise because of a starting point of ISO. Unless you have a big maybe you have a Sony that's a big, maybe starting with the 400 ISO, maybe you can shoot as ISO. But if you're shooting a low light, you want clean results and you don't have a nice perfect of setting the light, I recommend you to shoot like this. Maybe a small log profile like S log 2. Sometimes it's a little bit making clean. S log 1, that we call a Cine Watts from Sony, I don't know. Yeah, so director decided to shoot on standard Rec 79. So here what is here is that the process that we just did. Look at the magic that I've done here. So here it is what I've done as a colorist. What I've done exactly is just I created a compound node. So there's a 2 node inside of it, which is I just convert it from standard to log format. The reason why I convert from standard to log format is it because I want to get the space room for me to control my stuff. So you see everything inside here is being controlled inside of Cara Sciences, which is this flat mode, which is log. You see, so to be flexible for my doing, I can just do the process outside of Cara space like this. Let me show you. I can just do the process outside of Cara space like this. But whenever I'm doing this, it's like I'm doing stuff above the color. So me, I wanted to do something inside the color, inside of empty space. That is why I decided to convert this footage into log format. So yeah, so let me show you the techniques that I did. Is just I convert this to S log because this one shot with the S log, and I did this, and I did my outputs gammas. It's just I put it from Rec 79 into logs or S log. And then another thing is what I've done is I convert S log into Davinci wide gammats, and this is what's happened. You see the footages look flat, so which means if the footage was shot with the S log, it would be looking like this. You see, it will be looking like this, but the difference is it could be have a little bit of noise. This one is very clean. That's why I'm telling you, if you are shooting a low light and you are shooting a very small camera, not offense, you have to shoot with the S log. Sometimes you can put another profile so that you can help you to get a better quality. All right, so another thing is I could do like S log to Davinci Wide Gamut straight, but the reason why I put into S log is because I just want to get that tonal of S log touch, because it was not there at the time that it was standard. So there is no S log touch. So the conversions is give me that tonal, and this is what I've done exactly. I convert into Davinci Wide Gamut. After that, and then I went to output Cara space, and then I converting from Davinci Wide Gamut into sRGB. You can see there is no such a difference, you see, but there is a difference. If you want to see, come here, look at this thing. This is before. Look at the way they look at now. You see the way look at the virtual scope. Look at before, look at after, look at waveform, look at before, look at after. There's a little bit of changes. That is S log tone. That is the S log touch. It was also converted to Davinci Wide Gamut, and this is what I've done. This is the technique. And another thing that I used is I used the enhancer plug, and this is kind of bit to give me that fame. I use codec arec. This one here I use a linear plint. This is what I've done for my starting points. Let's jump into the progression. So to my progressions, what I've done exactly is just to my first note, this is I often like to touch a noise reduction. As you can see, this is our noise reduction, but for now, for the sake, I'm not going to touch this because the PC is going to run very slow. So I'm going to jump into another thing, which is exposure. And what I've done is I used a first color. You see these plugins, I used the first color, and what I've done is just controlling my color through a first color. And this is a node which is on timeline, and then I bypass it. This is my exposure. Boom. As you can see, this is how I just did my exposure. Look how perfect I control the picture. And another thing is a contrast, which is I always like to call it ratio. Yeah, so some people on my lesson tutorial, they say like maybe I should try to label this. Okay, let me label. This one is XP, which is exposure, and then this one is contrast, which is I call it a ratio. It's between the middle part, high pass, and low part to get a dynamic splitting, the dynamic separation to get the contrast and vivid. So look at this. This is what happens. So to my exposure, what I'm touching is I just touch the gain. I raised up the gain and I put down a little bit of my gamma lift to this point, and yeah, I just raised the shadow, this area, the shadow. And to my contrast, what I touch is I put in my contrast 1.1. To my recent tutorial, I've been talking about contrast, doing contrast to HDR. Is it because I wanted the contrast that muted, but here I just want the full fill color, so that's why I did a contrast from this normal primary tools. And then I did a tonal range by controlling what this curve, you see. So this is the differences. So sometimes you have to do things in purpose. So I wanted a very contrasted, very dynamic, and as you can see, before a picture was a little bit straight, a little bit flat, but right now is looking splitted. When I play after, you can see the hair is block. You see this part is the shadow, this one is in a middle range, the background there, you see the sky, you can see the highlight. So it's a splitting, so you can see the difference between all the parts, and that is what we call it a different splitting. I mean split, dynamic split. All right, so another thing was to raise a little bit of a picture because the picture was dark, and the reason why I do so because I used a loot package. So from my loot package I used this loot, so the picture was went into the dark part, and I really wanted the very high touch, so that's why I use HDR to clean a little bit of a shadow. As you can see, I raised up to 10%. Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay, let's call it clean because I just cleaned the shadow. All right, this one is for white balance, is for controlling the temperature, but another touch. And this one last is saturations. Let's purpose this is saturations. I just increased the saturation from normal saturation 8%, and it really working good. So you can see this is our color correction, the first touch. This is our color correction. This is before, this is after, putting a picture into life. As you can see, it's really good, nice. All right, so right now let's jump into a color grading, creating a look, design the look. Here is a problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with the massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long house video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot merging, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from Davinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggle with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made it 26 LUTs, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCTR power grade also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or loot package. Now let's back into the lesson. Okay, to my color grading, the first thing that I touch is a skin tone. Here it is. I just qualified the skin tone like this, you see. Let me show you. This is my skin tone, you see. I just qualified the skin tone like this, and it gets a perfect nice selection of a skin tone. And another thing is what I touch is I use this hue adjustment. I just reduce the saturations, and another thing is I just use a little bit of gamma, putting down to get it a little bit darker and some parts, and push it to the orange parts to get more oranges. As you can see, this is before, this is after. A little bit of a change, not too much. If you focus in here, you can see before and after is little bit twisty. And then another thing what I touch is just I use my loot package. So this is a look that my loot is created. You see, before after. I wanted something like this, but it's not the end of a thing. The extra thing that I did is just I put another loot, and this is what I've done. This one is putting a more contrast to the picture. You see, it's more splitting, more dynamic, more vivid. The picture is another loot. That's why I'm telling you, sometimes I can use more than 2 loots. So I never did anything else. This one I never touch. What I touch here is just only this a contrast pop to make it strong, and this is where my look. This is how I created my look. DNA. Look at the before, it's like this. Look at after, it's like this. That's why I always like to tell you guys, this loot packet that I'm selling, it's very helpful. Is about to work on time, because I've got a project on desk, and it really taking me a time to try twisting this. So I really want something very flexible, which is easy, and it doesn't buy a lot of time. So I'm just doing twist and looking for something better, and then boom, I keep going. So yeah, time is everything. If you got the project, make sure you are running in time. So after doing so, it's not like the end of a video. It's not like that. There is something extra, which is, we call it source. So here I'm going to do a source to the video, which is make it looks more clean and more perfect. After I finish what I've done is just I come to create a layer node. This was a period. You guys know about this notary, a period inside of I did a serial, and then I did a period below there, and then I did a sub period, which is this one. This one is a target for the maybe power windows or masking stuff, qualify. Yeah, that's windows that I will often do so. And then I created a layer node, which is these guys over here. So what I've done here is to make another juice. So in here I also qualified a part of a skin tone. So what I did exactly is just after qualified a part of a skin tone, and what the extra touch that I did is just I taking down my mid to make it smooth, and then as well as I just did this thing. I reduced the saturations to make it look more neutral, like that. Nothing much. I never touched anything else. You see before, you see after. Look how the skin tone, it look natural and clean. Look, it's beautiful. So another thing is I comment to the above note, which is this one is dealing with the background. So what I've done is just I cool off the pictures from my offset to put it into opposite part, so that pictures might looking very splitting. All right, so another thing that I twist is just I wanted to change this type of glasses, because it was a very cool. So I really want a bit presented to the warm tone, so to look natural, because of we got this warm light that they use, the power light, which is warm. So when the this thing is getting much cooler, it's going to look a fake. So that's why I push it to the warm, because of the reflection of a light. So that's the warm reflect to the glass. So the glass can never be that same too much blue tone. Yeah, so sometimes you have to make things look very realistic. And another thing is I use my another loot, which is make also the density. And then this one is, I think this one is HSV saturation, and boom, this is HSV saturation. Look how the beautiful the image look at this is before everything, this is after everything. So now let's jump into another clip. So after finish doing this clip, what I've done exactly is just let me redo it. I'm going to delete them. So what I've done is just I grab still this clip, because it is Shikara, and I don't apply to this other the clip that are looking the same clip. No, I don't do so. I jump into another clip. Maybe I touch this clip like this one. You see, let me look in for the perfect view. Yeah, maybe this one. You see, so when I come here, there's a twist. That's what we're doing, and just a little bit twist. You see, when I apply this one, when I apply in here, you're going to see the picture is look it's same a little bit, but it's much different. So there's a twist that you need to do from starting for the exposure, balance, and everything. that you need to do, but still we got the same palette of a color, you see. So this is what I've done. It's just I did the exposure as well, the contrast as well, the cleaning as well. This guys, which is this is the extra touch that I've done, is because the picture was so much warm. That's why I just reduced the warm and red thing. You see, this is the extra thing that I've done. The same of saturations, the same loots, but the extra touch is this close. The close was not looking that red look at before, it was like this, but now I just qualify the red and make it juice up a little bit. So what I've touched is I qualify this red pot. As you can see, I qualify this red pot, and then after I did so, I come here to the gamma, and then I push it into magenta part, because before was around this corner, is nearly the skin tone pot, so I push it to the magenta part so it could touch the red part there. All right, so that is what I've done. So the extra touch is I never used the what's like the other ones that are the other one, this one, if you remember, I just touched this green, the green, yeah, because it wasn't there, so there's no necessary for me to touch this clean. So that is exactly that's it been touched, nothing much. All this clip it's the same thing. So let's go to jump into another clip. Maybe I can looking for another clip like maybe this one, or this one, looking very, very, very nice. Look how beautiful the image was, very strong, good. All right, so let me jump into another clip like this. Which one is perfect? Maybe this one as well. I need something that says give me full details. Maybe this one. I need to decide that I have a blue and red. Yeah, something like this. I have a blue and that's warm as well. All right, look at this. What I've done. This is the same thing that's we done as the before that one, the last clip. The same thing that's I've done. So after applying this thing like this, boom. Fortunately, when I apply this thing like this, it gave me a very, very, very nice thing, which is there's no necessary for me to change anything. So I left it like this, but there is such a little bit of a difference. You see, this one is a little bit darker, and yeah, but this one is a little bit light. So the thing that I'm touching here is only the highlights and the contrast, not other thing. The saturation is normal. This one is skin tone is normal. The loots is just the same. This one I never touch anything. Everything is just a normal. This is why the grading looks like, and this is the music video. As you can see, this is the videos. It was a very amazing and dope. All right, so after I finish the grade, what I've done is just I grab stills, send to the client so to get suspicions and give me the feedback, like I need to reduce this, this is the saturation, I mean noise reduction, so I don't have to touch this. All right, so director was like, okay, increase this one is darker, you have to put, so I back here and do the same thing, like fixing the way director want me to fix, and then yeah. All right, so now let's jump into the exportations. Let's just do the exportation. Okay, to a exportation port, there is two options, different option for those who are using Windows and for those who are using a Mac. There's a two way of doing exportation. All right, let me explain first. For those that are exporting through a Mac, I mean you got a Mac, okay? All right, so is it because most of us used to do editing on Premiere Pro, and then we give it a project to our colorists, and then they do a color grading and they bring it back to the Premiere Pro again? So there is another way of doing so. If you are exporting a project and you really you want to bring it back to the Premiere Pro once again to do your final touch, I recommend you to come into this Premiere Pro. You exported XML, and as well as I recommend you to exporting this format, Apple ProRes 422HQ or 422 or 444 ProRes format. This is giving you highest quality of the image without using any editors and quality. And when you go to the Premiere Pro, you're gonna have a timeline, so which means you're going to have a same timeline like the way they look in here, and you're going to put it to the Premiere Pro with the color. So yeah, that's number one. And number two, if you are just exporting the final output, which means you just did everything to the Premiere, but you export the final so that you can go and upload to YouTube, maybe there's some part there, I recommend you to use a normal exportations like this part, like this one, but instead of using H264, you can use the ProRes, but this ProRes Plus. The ProRes Plus is all ProRes. It's a part of ProRes, but it's very low. It's a little bit of a compressions compared to the H264, but it's not the same as H264. I mean, when you're exporting H264, it's going to be a compressions, but the highest number of compressions. ProRes Plus is a less of compressions compared to ProRes 422, which is a little bit is a bit similar when you look into the image. When you look into the gigabytes, yeah, sometimes when you export H264, you can find out it's 3 GB, and when exporting ProRes Plus, you also find 3 GB or 2 GB or with some points. So it's not much difference, but I love this one is uncompressed. And when it comes to the YouTube, the way they do the compressions, yeah, it's just perfect. That's why sometimes when I watch some videos that I exported this, even I'm watching the videos on maybe low quality like 360, or I just 400 the 420, I found out it still have a details, still the picture is sharpened. So yeah, and it's taking much time to be compressed or to get the low resolutions. That's my experience, the way that I believe it. All right, so this one is for Mac users. For those that are using Windows, when you are exporting your project back to the Premiere, I recommend you to use DNxHR instead of using H264, because it's going to be redo it. But if you have enough space, because this one's taking a lot of space, I recommend you can use this one. Let's check it out. And compress this one. This one also is giving you a much very high quality. But if you are exporting the final, but you are using Windows, you will come to H264 and you can put your H264 like this, and then you are double frame your frame. So if you are short with 25 frame, you put a 50, but like this one, this is the 50, so I double frame, like I'll put 100 like this one. You see, it's a little bit to make it less compressions. Yeah, this is what I've done. My experience speaking for myself. Like everyone has his own purpose and way of doing. So I just show you there's something which is my little bit helpful, because it's also helped me somehow. So if you just shot with the 26 frame per second, you can put 50. 24, you can put the 85, 48, something like that. So yeah. So this is how it's doing. Thanks so very much for watching this video. This is Director Kim. I hope you really enjoyed the tutorial. That was awesome, amazing, and great. This is how the process of color grading I just did to this music video. And if you want to watch the video, you can check a link on the description down below there. Yeah, that's it. Follow me on my Instagram, Kim Gradit. Director Kim everywhere in my YouTube. Subscribe, click the bell button. Have anything personal stuff, yeah, comment to my inbox on WhatsApp. The numbers there. I'm available 24 hours. Thank you. See you guys on another episode.